After Tuesday's win against the Sacramento Kings, the Dallas Mavericks has the entire NBA on high alert, as even Brian Windhorst put out an article today describing how certain teams who we just played or they may have seen us play walked away saying, man, the Dallas Mavericks are not a team that I want to see in the playoffs. So we're going to break down that article and see what that really means for the Dallas Mavericks, as well as a few other people around the league and what they've also had to say. And in this video, we're going to talk about all of that and just really look at the Dallas Mavericks as a team and where they can go. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get into today's video, 64.5% of you guys watching are not subscribed. That number is going down by the day. But if you're enjoying these videos and live streams, consider dropping a like and subscribing so you can stay up to date on everything that we're doing here on this channel. But like I said, man, and I've said it before in a few other videos, but the Dallas Mavericks are making noise around the league. We're on a 5-game win streak, looking to get a 6-game win streak against the Kings tomorrow. And it feels good knowing that we're finally getting the proper recognition and just the props in general that the Dallas Mavericks team aren't just a fluke. That Kyrie and Luka can work together and this team can develop good winning habits to help us in the postseason. And like I said in the intro, Brian Windhorst is one of the few people who had some really high praise for the Dallas Mavericks. Brian Windhorst on today's Hoop Collective podcast saying, as I talk to people in the league, people have been like, we just played Dallas and man, they're scary. Or I just saw Dallas and man, they look good. And that's the truth. I mean, the other day I put out a video talking about how after that win against the Sacramento Kings, this Dallas Mavericks team looks brand new, where we played arguably our best brand of basketball all season. And I'm not sure if y'all felt the same way I felt, but going to that Kings game, I was like, if we can just get one of the 2 games against them, I'll be fine. They beat us twice already in the season, but since the trade deadline where we acquired PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, we had the size to defend and we had the shooters to just space the floor and knock down threes that were crucial for us in that win against the Sacramento Kings to move us up to the 6th seed. So it feels good to know that not only are the NBA analysts and all the commentators out there, but even rival teams are walking away from either watching us play or playing us like, man, the Dallas Mavericks are no joke. And that has to feel good, and that has to light a fire under the Dallas Mavericks that, hey, we're coming, we're rolling, the team's looking very good, we're beating we're beating teams and points in the paint. That 3 balls finally fell for us against Sacramento. Hopefully it can fall for us again on Friday. Our defense has been phenomenal with Daniel Gafford, Derrick Lively, Daniel Gafford, Maxi Kleber, and PJ Washington. Luka and Kyrie can play together. Everything is working for us, especially just shout out to Jason Kidd. I just want to take a minute to say that on this channel, we were kind of hard on Jason Kidd when we were going through that weird slump after the All-Star break. But it's good to know that the team believed in him and he believed in the team. And maybe some of you guys out there did believe in Jason Kidd and you weren't on the bandwagon of replacing him. And in hindsight, it was a knee-jerk response because we were on a 7-game win streak. We just traded for 2 new guys. We wanted to keep winning. We felt like we could go the rest of the season without a loss. And even though Jason Kidd was messing around with the lineup, I think it was somewhat strategic to try and see what can work come playoff time, what can Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington actually do for this team in a starting position, and it's been paying dividends. I mean, the team is 10-1 when Daniel Gafford starts, and with Luka and Daniel Gafford in the starting lineup, we're 11-0. It's just great. It's awesome to know that this Dallas Maverick team has put together the right pieces around Luka and around Kyrie, and Jason Kidd has implemented the right strategic defense and offensive sets to get this team winning on a nightly basis. But the postseason is different from the regular season, so hopefully everything that we've been doing will translate to the postseason. But Brian Windhorst wasn't the only person that had high praise for the Dallas Mavericks. This is a quote from LeBron James on his podcast with JJ Redick just the other day, saying, Kyrie's going to do what he does. Luka's going to do what he does. When Tim Hardaway Jr. hits 6 threes and Dante Exum hits 5 threes, this is LeBron running through our whole roster skill set. And I watched that little clip and it was awesome. It was LeBron James and JJ Redick just reminiscing on that game that we had earlier in the season where our guys were just lethal, just knocking down every shot. And there's some truth to that. I mean, we saw that just the other day against the Sacramento Kings where when Tim Hardaway Jr.'s shot was falling, we were a hard team to beat. And not only was his 3-ball falling, he was hitting a few middies, a few mid-range shots, and they were looking good. Dante got a pair of threes. PJ Washington finally got his 3-ball going. This Mavericks team, like I said, we have all the tools to be successful. And I don't think it's too far-fetched to say that, hey, maybe we could go to the finals. Maybe not win it all. I mean, I would love to see it. I would love to see us win another championship for Luka and Kyrie and for the Mavericks and for all of Dallas. But if we could at least make it to the finals, that would be just huge for this team who, let's not forget, is still fairly young. Luka's very young. PJ and Daniel Gafford are young. Derrick Lively is a rookie who we have guarding like all-star players on a nightly basis. This team, again, has everything it needs to win games. And just to put into perspective, since the NBA trade deadline, the Mavericks rank 3rd in wins, 3rd in offensive rating, 10th in defensive rating, 4th in net rating, 4th in points, 5th in rebounds, 7th in blocks, 5th in field goal percentage, and 6th in points in the paint. And I've said it many times on this channel, since the trade deadline, our identity has been changed. After we made those trades, we got PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. We're not really a team that relies on the jump shot and just shooting the lights out every night and hoping that everyone can hit their threes. We're a defensive presence team that can get points in the paint. And if we need to, we will space the floor and knock down our shots. And the other day against the Sacramento Kings, the shot was falling. And prior to that, the shot really wasn't going for us. Our 3-ball was not looking good, but that didn't mean that we were out of the game. We found ways to win. We stuck in there. Our defense kept us in it, and we were winning games. Like I said, man, a 5-game win streak. Hopefully tomorrow we can extend it to 6. But we also got this to talk about, that in the last 10 games for the Mavs, 9-1 record, 2nd in defense, 6th in offense, 2nd in net rating, average margin of victory by 11, almost 12 points. Dallas heating up at the right time, and it's definitely at the right time. And if Tim Hardaway Jr. having a great game the other night is any indication of just the right time to pop off, it's the right time to pop off. And after a season of trades and roster changes and just a whole lot of injuries, it's good to know that despite all of that, the Dallas Mavericks will keep it going. The Dallas Mavericks is going to put this league on notice. They're on high alert. Everybody's worried about the Dallas Mavericks. No one wants to see us. In the West, there's a few young teams and there's a few teams that are just banged up with injuries, but there are only a couple teams that stand out as teams that can really go far. The Denver Nuggets definitely being one of them as defending champions, but the Dallas Mavericks are another team that it doesn't matter if we're the 8th seed. All we need is a chance to get in and we will make some noise. But let's talk about this as well. The legend, Tim Legler on the Mavericks on this morning's Get Up ESPN said, this is the real threat for me in the Western Conference to the Denver Nuggets. And Tim Legler speaks nothing but the gospel truth. The man has never lied once, and he is a Mavericks legend. And I feel like he's the only one in the NBA media space who actually watches Mavericks games and can speak on the truth. And most people may think, oh, he's a homer. You know, he played for us. You know, he's a big fan of us. It's whatever. But there's a lot of truth and validity to that, as just about a week or two ago, we beat the Denver Nuggets in amazing fashion. The game felt like a Game 7 finals game, and we came out with a dub. And after that, the wins just kept piling up. And when healthy, when everything's working, this Dallas Mavericks team is scary. And I don't care what your roster looks like, you are not safe, locked in a 7-game battle with this Dallas Mavericks squad. But not only do we look good, but we're just resilient. Like I said earlier in the video, the team has had a lot of changes versus different lineups due to injuries or trades or just mainly injuries. And to put it into perspective, Kyrie Irving missed 22 games. Derrick Lively missed 19 games. Josh Green missed 17 games. Dante Exum missed 23 games. Tim Hardaway missed 3 games. And Derrick Jones Jr. missed 5 games. Those guys totaling up a total of 89 missed games. And I didn't have the graphic pulled up. I didn't get it in time. But I did see earlier today where the Dallas Mavericks starting 5 lineup that we're currently running with Kyrie, Luka, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, and Derrick Jones Jr., that starting 5 finally has over 100 minutes played together. And to put that into perspective, the Denver Nuggets starting 5 has over 800 minutes played together this season, which is absolutely insane when you think about it, because we're still able to win despite not playing together that much in this season. The team is resilient, and I'm gonna give Jason Kidd his props too, because when things like this happen, a coach has to know how to make adjustments. What are you gonna do differently? Players are out, who fits with who needs to go where, and again, Jason Kidd, thank you. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I'll be the first to admit that I might have been too harsh on Jason Kidd, but we got to give him his props. As a Dallas legend, as a Dallas champion, if he can do it again for us as a coach, hey man, everything was definitely worth it. But don't think, as Mavericks fans, we need to come together and realize that we know that a lot of people are hopping on our bandwagon. We never forgot about you guys.
And to the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters, you guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam. Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? You guys, that's what I thought.
So you got it, guys. You see it. We don't forget the tweeters and the leaders. We're on to you guys. There's nowhere to hide. But Mavericks fans, MFFL, we move on. And tomorrow against the Sacramento Kings, we have a chance to potentially move into the 5th seed, where maybe that's where we want to be, but the 6th seed still looks good. As long as we're not in that play-in situation, it's all right with me. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Check out our Twitter and our Discord. Links in the description below. Consider being a channel member. We're doing a free jersey giveaway where on April 2nd, we will do a little spin the wheel of names. And if you win, you can get a free jersey or a gift card of equal value. But I appreciate all the support you guys have been showing me. Thank you so much. But until next time, take care. Peace.